Today, BSG just showed some new Streets of Tarkov footage, and they also talked about the upcoming patch 12.7 and what we can expect from that. And I just want to go through it all today, show some things that popped out at me, and we'll go from there. So stick around. The first thing I'm going to tell you guys right now is this trailer looks absolutely beautiful. Like, who knows if it's going to run this smooth or be this smooth when it comes out, but I have to tell you, it looks smooth, runs smooth, and it's amazing. The first thing I do notice, though, is this pirate flag, you know, on this archway here. And I think right here, it just shows you the feeling a Streets of Tarkov is going to give you. You know, the city is overran. There's no good in this. It's all, you know, quote unquote, filled with pirates. So bad guys. So don't come into the city. So I think this really does give you that feeling of like, this is a bad place. This is taken over by multiple bosses. I'm sure there's going to be, I think they said 2 bosses. You know, it's filled with, you know, scavs. It's filled with bad people. And I just think this set the mood really well. Another thing that popped out at me was this playground to the left. Yes, it's just a playground, but it does look identical to the one that is in Idea in the map interchange. And I think they use the same assets. You know, a lot of companies do that. There's nothing wrong with it, but I did do a side-by-side comparison. They do look identical. So yeah, I think they just use the same assets and put it into Streets. The game is just running so smooth right now. I know that it is pre-recorded footage and I'm sure they're running it on this crazy PC, but man, does the game look like butter. It looks like butter. That's the only way to describe it. So I'm hoping they can polish some stuff up so, you know, Reserve can be like this. I did notice this though, is it looks like the door opening animation is different, and I'm going to compare them right now and take a look. Let's see if it's different. So the footage on the left's from the demo, footage on the right is from Interchange Me. Sorry it's so dark, but what I do notice right away is when they're opening it up on their screen, they're almost bending down to open it. You can see it right here. He bends down and he also backs up. Now this could be, you know, whoever's controlling the player in this demo is doing all this, but I did notice it was different. It could be a new animation, and I was right. It is definitely a new animation, you know, the dip down and the back up. But if it's a new animation, who knows, but it is different. So now we're in an empty pharmacy. You know, obviously this is definitely super destroyed. As you can see, you can get to it from the outside. I'm guessing we're gonna be able to find a ton of meds here. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a safe somewhere. I like the flickering green signs. It's just, there's so much detail, right? It's so crazy how much detail goes into this one building. And there's gonna be so many of these buildings, it's gonna be crazy. So there is also some more, you know, not foreshadowing, but, you know, there's more skull and crossbones, as you can see. I don't know if this is going to be like, you know, the boss has a skull and crossbone emblem on them or something. Think of like the Punisher on his armor. He has like the Punisher logo. Maybe one of the bosses will have a skull and crossbone logo on his armor. That would be pretty dope. But I just noticed more skull and crossbones. I don't know why that really popped out at me in this trailer, but it did. So we're just making our way up to what now looks like apartments. And as you can see, it's totally dark in there, but we're going to turn on the power and now it's lit up. And something that really popped out when I was watching this is it's the first time I've ever felt like this is a lived-in place in Tarkov. Like, it feels still kind of homey, right? It still feels like there are some feelings of it has been lived in, where everything else is so desolate and so destroyed and so like old, where this doesn't. This feels like, you know, someone just left maybe a month ago. Also, you can see that there is a gym bag at the top there, so that's going to be lootable. We then go into the dining room / living room of this apartment, and we can see on the dining room table there's the teapot, and on the shelving unit there's a horse statue and also the raven statue there too. We then turn around and we can now see that there's also a cat statue and a lion statue. There's a lot of crap in just this one room. It's filled with valuables. We're also going to take a look to our right here, and now we're also going to see another cat statue and some cord, power cord on the table. I'm going to say it, this room is better than all of Reserve. That's how I feel right now. And if that wasn't enough, there's also now a whiskey on the windowsill and what looks like a Tetris in front of the chair in the corner. This is where the demo kind of ends. We end by going to black and you hearing helicopter sounds. You know, they were saying that helicopter is going to be a part of this, but this wasn't the end. Actually, Nikita did talk about what's coming in the next patch, which is 11.7, and boy, oh boy, is there a ton.
So give me a breakdown of what's coming up in this upcoming patch 12.7.
12.7 is more like a technical patch. It will include the big addition called the expansion of customs location. Customs is the pretty iconic location for the EFT. It will like enlarge the overall area by 30 or even 40%. The next updates will totally like overhaul the whole skill system. And there will be new boss called Sanitar. This boss will able to heal his partners and like search for stashes. So we always try to bring something new in terms of new bosses. Really big amount of cool features are to come this year. We'll try to bring some new experience for you.
Nikita said now that 12.7 is more of a technical patch, but then he dropped some really big bombs on us. So 12.7 is going to have a customs expansion that's going to enlarge the area by 30 to 40%. There's going to be a total overhaul to the skill system. And there's also going to be the new boss on Shoreline called Sanitar and some of the cool new features that Sanitar is going to do. So let's just break down everything point by point and just kind of get more into the meat of things. I don't think anyone thought the customs expansion was going to be enlarging the map by 30 to 40%. That's really crazy. Everyone knew it was going to be from the construction area all the way to old gas, but no one thought it was going to be 30 to 40% bigger. That's ridiculous if you think about it. I think this is going to be adding a lot of buildings though. I think that's what they mean by that, because there's going to be a lot of underground now, and they're probably going to add a ton more buildings. Size wise, yeah, it's going to be 30 to 40% bigger, but it's not going to be landmass. I think what they're really saying is explorable area. And I'm okay with that. That means there's going to be more lootable locations, and we need that on customs, because I don't know about you guys, how you feel with customs, but eventually it becomes a place where you either go to get tasks done, you go there to find the boss, or you go to hit marked room. And if you don't want to do one of those three things, you're not going there really for loot, because it's not really that good. It's like marked room or you get out. So I'm really hoping that this adds more lootable locations. It brings more people now to customs instead of just, you know, going there for certain tasks. And I really like that idea. I think it's fantastic. And I think they are going to add a lot of bigger buildings to this customs expansion that will make it almost like a Dorms 2.0 on customs. And I like that. Another thing they were adding, and I didn't think it was going to come till 12.8 because of us just having a wipe, but it's guaranteed now. So in 12.7, they're doing an overhaul to the skills. And he said total overhaul. This kind of scares the shit out of me, not going to lie, only because we just had a wipe. And because they're doing this, chances are, you know what, all our skills are going to have to go down to level 1, just like they did it when the weight system came in. So when the weight system came in, strength and endurance went back down to level 1. It doesn't matter if you were maxed out or what, it had to go back down to level 1 so that they can test the overweight system and, you know, see what it was like, see what was working, see what was not. And they're gonna have to do that again when they overhaul all these skills. You betcha believing they're gonna have to take all the skills back down to level 1 to test them out. They have to see how they're working, how the progression system is working. So just be prepared that over the next couple of months here, we are going to have our skills back down to level 1. Just be prepared. You know, you can take to Twitter when it happens, but don't complain that I didn't warn you. It's going to happen, and it has to. It's just inevitable. We have to test this out from level 1. The last note Nikita did mention was the new boss Sanitar is coming to 12.7. and this is the boss for Shoreline. This is the thing I'm most excited about because I love Shoreline. And we've known about this boss for a while. You know, it's a paramedic. Sanitar was an ex-paramedic, I guess. They're gonna have a whole bunch of different crazy syringes on them that'll do cool things. We don't know what they do yet, but that's what they're gonna have on them. He did mention 2 really cool points though. The first one is he's gonna be able to heal his partners, which sounds like he's gonna have guards with him then, because he even mentioned before that Sanitar isn't an in-your-face boss. So Sanitar isn't about, you know, going after you like Killa is or Gluhar or anything like that. He's more sneaky, and it also shows you why he's trying to be sneaky, because he is searching stashes. So this also makes it sound like, you know, maybe Sanitar is going to start somewhere like, say, Resort, but then him and his cronies are going to go out and explore the map and try to search for loot in the caches. And the later on that you kill him, maybe the more loot he has in his backpack, which I think's really cool. Like say you get Sanitar near the end of Shoreline, he's had all this time now to go and search all these stashes. So maybe his backpack is filled with all this loot and all these really cool syringes. I'm really excited about this. I think this is gonna breathe some life into Shoreline, aka what everyone calls it, Snoreline, and I do take offense to that because it is a great map, but I understand at the same time. I also think with Sanitar getting added, cultists are going to be added too. He even said, Nikita himself said, that he does not want to tell us when cultists get added. He wants it to be a surprise. And if Sanitar is getting added, it just makes sense that cultists are going to get added too. So if 12.7 does come out, I can almost guarantee you be prepared for the cultists also. I really do thank you guys for, you know, listening to me ramble on about this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe you can think about hitting the thumbs up button, think about subscribing. It is up to you. I'm never going to pressure you guys, but it does mean a lot to me. Also, I do stream 5 days a week on twitch.tv. Come say hello Monday to Friday. I'm usually there at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You know, come talk to me about these things. I'm always open and I'm always down. And if you have any questions at all, there's no stupid questions ever in chat about Tarkov, because we all started at ground zero and we all probably had the same questions. So until next time, I will talk to you nerds later.
I hit record a drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always bored.